It's about time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to every single one of y'all who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, and leave the comments. And thank you to every single one of y'all who has subscribed to the channel. If you have not already subscribed to the channel and you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Encourage others to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification button to stay up on the latest with Rashawn's About Time Boxing. For all of the channels that I support and rock with, it'll be in the description box below. So just check the description description box, and please subscribe to and support those channels that'll be in the description box. For my listening audience, listen, man, I couldn't have, I wouldn't be over 2,000 subscribers, man, without y'all. So I didn't even expect to, to get this far with it. But listen, I am most appreciative, you know what I mean, for my audience, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. Much love and respect for y'all. All right, so so now there's a lot of stuff circulating with the Terence Crawford, Errol Spence fight situation. So they're saying that, they're nearing a deal being, the fight being finalized, or the deal finally being made. And they're saying this, November, either the 12th or the 19th. All right, but it's funny because I had a conversation with somebody the other day. And this guy said to me, Bud can't hurt Spence. Like, man, if they fight, he said, Bud can't hurt Spence. And I said, what? But man, Bud can't hurt Spence, man. He can't. I said, what you mean he can't? I said, Bud can't hurt Spence. What do you mean he can't hurt him? Why? Couldn't really give me no real explanation, but just the fact that, he an Errol Spence fan, so, he was in his Spencetivity. Shout out to Steph Stacks with the Spencetivity. But, he couldn't really give a legitimate reason. I'm like, well, what do you mean? I said, Ugas hurt Errol Spence. Yeah, but Ugas, man, but Ugas, is Ugas can fight. So what are you saying? Terence Crawford can't fight? Ugas is not a top level guy. The situation that Ugas ended up in was, you can call it, destiny, but it was merely by chance. And it was going to be Pacquiao's last fight either way. Because when you have a fight, when Spence and Pacquiao were supposed to fight, when you got a fight of that magnitude, you don't bring in no replacement. If the fight gets postponed, they postpone it for a later date. You don't bring in no replacement for a fight of that magnitude. But I told people then, no, I said, this is going to be Pacquiao's last fight. So this is going to be his last fight. And that's why they brought Ugas in. And Ugas just, you know what I mean? And Pacquiao was past his prime. Because don't none of y'all sit up there and tell me that Ugas would have beat Pacquiao, the same Pacquiao that beat Adrian Broner and that beat Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? And even the Pacquiao that lost to Jeff Horn, Ugas wouldn't have beat that Pacquiao. So, I mean, so like I said, but Ugas is not a top level guy, and he caught Spence slipping and hurting. Spence got hurt, a little bit when he fought Ocampo, when he fought in that fight. And we know Terence Crawford is a much more stronger hitter, more powerful, should I say, than those guys. So and the guy went on saying, yeah, well, Stum, I don't care, man. He can't, Bud, he can't hurt him, but Spence can hurt Bud. Said either one of them is capable of hurting the other one. They both are strong. So I asked him, I said, how many knockouts do Terence Crawford got? We not going by how many knockouts do Terence Crawford got? Couldn't tell me. So I had to tell him. I said, Bud has 29 knockouts. So I asked him, how many knockouts do Spence got? He a Spence fan, but he still couldn't answer that. I said, well, let me answer that. Spence got 22 knockouts. He has 22 knockouts. 28-0. 22 knockouts. So when he went on to say that, it dawned on me that, I said, well, let me talk about some hypothetical scenarios, if you want to call it that, surrounding this whole Terence Crawford, Errol Spence situation. Because, again, like I said, it still appears to me that people are still overlooking what Terence Crawford has accomplished. They're overlooking his ability, his toughness. They're overlooking the fact that he's undefeated, 38-0. Okay, with 29 knockouts. And they still think that the fact that Spence is, Spence is 28-0 with 22 knockouts still makes him the better fighter. So I told the guy, I said, look, I don't care what you think or how you feel. Crawford is capable of hurting Spence, just as Spence is capable of hurting Crawford. So I said, you telling me Terence Crawford, his record has nothing to do with it? Then he went on further to say, well, he said, well, Spence got a better resume. I said, Spence has a better resume? Okay. So you want to look at that? So I said, okay, well, when you look at that, okay, so you want to look at the people that Errol Spence fought. And, I'm not in the order, but, we just naming the people that he fought. And I know some of y'all, gonna be mad. Yeah, some of y'all gonna come with the sensitivity and all that, like, you know what I mean? But we just gotta lay some things out here. So when you talk about the people that he fight, like I said, it's not in that order. But I'm just, we know he fought Danny Garcia. We know he beat Ugas recently. He fought Sean Porter. He fought Mikey Garcia. He fought Lamont Peterson. I think he fought Kell Brook. He won his first title from Kell Brook. He fought Chris Algieri. And he fought Chris Van Heerden. Right? And then when we talking about Bud, so we know Bud, okay, Bud fought, he fought Gamboa. He fought Sean Porter too. He fought Kell Brook too. He fought Mean Machine, Kavalauskas. He fought Amir Khan. He fought Jose Benavidez. He fought Jeff Horn. He fought John Molina Jr., I think. He fought Hank Lundy. And he fought Thomas Delorme. Right? So when you look at those names, they have Sean Porter and Kell Brook in common. But when you look at Mikey Garcia, you couldn't, and some of y'all probably gonna be like, no. But Mikey and Amir Khan, when Amir Khan was in his prime, the levels of competition, you cannot say that, one was better than the other. Because if Mikey and Amir Khan would have fought back then, ain't no telling who would have won. I know some of y'all saying, oh, Mikey would have won. Just because y'all trying to, use that as leverage in Spence's favor, to favor certain things. But there's no real big difference in the level of competition, the level of opposition that these two guys fought to say that one is better than the other one. So if that's the case, all right, let's take, so So Errol Spence fought Danny, right? So now let's look at that. So he fought Danny. Let's see. Danny fought. He fought um, Ashley Theophane. He fought Mike Arnold Otis. He fought Nate Campbell. He fought Kendall Holt, if I believe. Eric Morales. I think he fought Eric Morales twice, 2 or 3 times. He fought Amir Khan. He fought Zab Judah. He fought Lucas Matisse, Mauricio Herrera, Lamont Peterson, Paul Malignaggi, Robert Guerrero, Keith Thurman, Brandon Rios, Sean Porter, and he fought Errol Spence. Well, let's take Spence out of that. We're going to name everybody else. But let's take that out of it. So if that's the case, if y'all saying that based on who Spence fought, he's better than Bud, I don't hear y'all saying that Danny is better than Spence, because Danny got a bigger resume than both of them. That's just a fact. Danny Garcia's resume is bigger than both of theirs. But for those that favor Spence, and I'm saying this because everybody just keeps seeming to try to put all this leverage on Spence's scale, to try to throw off the balance and justify why Terence Crawford shouldn't get an even split. So when you look at all of the list of names that Errol Spence fought, and look at the people who Danny Garcia fought, Danny got a better resume than Errol Spence's. I don't hear y'all saying Danny better than Errol. Oh, why? Danny already, because Errol already beat Danny. He beat him already. And Bud didn't fight Danny. Bud, he wanted to get the fight with Danny. Danny didn't want to fight him. If I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. And Bud's his sole purpose for leaving Top Rank was to get the fight with Errol Spence. Because a lot of y'all going around saying, oh man, the fight would have been made, but Bud holding it up. Bud doing this. He pricing this out. He asking for too much. And this is why I say we're going to talk about some hypotheticals or some hypothetical scenarios, however y'all want to put it. It don't matter. So let's say the first fight happened. First fight is a good fight. They going back and forth, right? Bud get knocked down, Spence get knocked down. Now, if they fight the first time, and Bud knocks Spence down, Spence knocked Bud down, the fight go 12 rounds. That fight going to be a draw. And this is going to set up the rematch. Okay? But now, let's just say the first time they fight, let's say Bud beats Errol Spence. Right? Now, Errol is the one asking for this, asking for that, saying this, saying that. You know what y'all going to be saying? Man, well, Spence gave Bud everything he wanted the first time, you know what I mean? So Spence deserved this. Spence should get everything he want, he should get. Bud did the same thing Floyd did. Floyd said, I just want to be on an even playing field. Why should the fight be in Texas? Why should it have to be? Because a lot of y'all feel like the fight should be in Texas. But from what I'm hearing about them nearing to getting everything done, the fight's supposed to be in Vegas. Even playing field. People from Texas and from Omaha is not going to have an issue with coming to Vegas. People fly into Vegas for fights all the time, from everywhere. I don't see what the big deal was about trying to keep the fight or trying to make the fight in Texas, as opposed to having it in Vegas. I said it before, it should be in Vegas. But I'm telling y'all, like I said, if Terence, like I said, hypothetically speaking, he wins, or let's say the fight happened, he won the first fight. Now Spence is the one saying, oh, well, rematch, I want it to be, and let's say Bud wasn't trying to let Spence exercise that rematch clause. What would y'all be saying? Oh, Bud a nut, man. Like, oh, see, with first time when they fought, now Spence want to fight in Texas. He want this, he want that. Bud should give him everything, man. Spence should be able to get everything he wanted. He gave Bud what he wanted. He ain't give Bud what he wanted. Bud said, look, let's keep everything, let's keep it on an even playing field. Let's keep it even. And some of y'all still saying, Bud should take whatever they offer him, he should take it. Because the fact that he was a former, a former lightweight champion, a former undisputed champion, and a current welterweight champion, none of that don't mean nothing. Because Spence is a unified welterweight champion now. So what Bud want and what he asking for, it don't matter. But if the roles was reversed, like I said before, let's say Bud hadn't won any titles. Let's say Spence was a 3-division world champion, a current unified welterweight champion, a former undisputed, lightweight or junior welterweight champion, and a former lightweight champion. And Bud was asking for this stuff still with nothing. Y'all would be dangling every last one of those accomplishments of Errol Spence's and saying, yo, what do Bud got to offer? He ain't bringing nothing to the table. And even with the stuff Bud accomplished now, some of y'all are still saying he doesn't bring anything to the table. Seriously? He don't bring anything to the table. Regardless of what he accomplished. Oh, because that stuff was in the past. Y'all only saying that because Spence hadn't accomplished anything at no other weight classes. Everything he accomplished has been at welterweight. And this is how you know that with the negotiations and everybody, because it was a lot of talk saying Bud was holding the negotiations up. He was pricing himself out on this, that, and the third and all that. But who really stands more to lose in this fight? Who stands more to lose in this fight? Bud has 1 belt, Spence has 3. So wouldn't it seem I'm just saying, then it seem more logical that the one who has the most to lose would be the one trying to make sure that everything go in his favor because he has more to lose. So that way in the next fight, he get all of the advantages of everything that he wanted in the rematch. Spence is the one that stands more to lose. Bud not worried about, look, if he beat me, then he a better fighter. Okay. But Spence's whole thing is, I got 3 of the belts. Shoot, if I lose, man, look. So since I got more to lose, man, look, I need this, I need that, I want this, I want that. Never once did I hear anybody ever come out and say Spence was the one holding up negotiations or it was his fault. Y'all made it seem like Spence was like, yo, I'm ready to make it happen. Like, what's up? Let's do it. It was never like that. It was never like that. And I'm not saying, that, that it was all like easy cooperation on Terence Crawford and his team side, because there were some things that probably, didn't fit right. Like, well, wait a minute, hold up. Because the only reason Errol Spence got those 3 belts, got that 3rd belt, was because he chose to fight Ugas first and not Terence Crawford. And why did he do that? Because he knew it was a bigger chance that he could lose to Terence Crawford and not be able to collect that other belt from Ugas, if that was the case. So for the people who was talking about, it didn't make sense for him to, to fight Crawford and then have to turn around and then have to fight Ugas, what do you mean? Either way, it would have been 3 belts. If he beats Bud, he got 3 belts. And then he beat Ugas, and then he undisputed. And then if I'm not mistaken, the WBA mandated that it has to be 1 WBA champion now. Because Stanionis has the regular WBA. Spence got the super. And the WBA saying, no, it got to be 1 welterweight champion. So it was easier for him to beat Ugas, and he knew it. Everybody knew he was going to beat Ugas. That's why I say Ugas is not a top. When that guy was trying to tell me, man, Ugas is this, Ugas is not a top level fighter. And this is no insult or disrespect to Yordenis Ugas. It's not. His moment came. He took advantage of it the best way that he could. He took a stand against the WBA because after he beat Pacquiao, they told him he would get a fight with either Bud or Spence. Then they tried to renege on him, and he made them stick to their word. So he got the fight with Spence. Now, what would y'all have been saying if Ugas would have ended up fighting Bud instead of Spence, and then now Bud got 2 of the belts, and then Spence got the other 2 of the belts? Would y'all still say he deserved? Would y'all be saying Bud deserved 50-50? Or would some of y'all still be saying, no, it don't matter? Bud could have 3 belts and Spence could have 1. Y'all still be saying, oh, it don't matter. And then y'all will be saying stuff like Spence is a bigger draw. Y'all be coming up with all kind of stuff, man, to discredit this man. Let's not dispute about things we have no knowledge of and wait for the fight to happen. Because fight night, all the disputes will be settled. No matter what I say, what I think, what y'all say, what y'all think, my opinion, y'all opinion, none of that. Don't matter. Fight night. Win the fight gets done. And then they step in that ring on fight night. All the disputes will be settled. All of them. So people getting up in the roar, you know what I mean, about, Spence, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Like, come on, man. Fight night. All the disputes will be settled. It'll be won if the fight is not a draw. Because like I said, and if one person gets knocked down and the other one don't, the judges may tend to rule in that person's favor at the end. But if they knock each other down in that first fight and then the fight still go the distance, it's possible that fight will be a draw. But I feel like it's already, going to be, a sequel to this anyway. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop the comments in the comment section below. I did not intend for this video to go as long as it did, so I apologize for that. But subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, and don't forget to comment.